Hey, Shalom, Yasha Allah, Kahala Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. All right. We NOKAP Nations of Kings and Priests. All right. Your brother Laz from NOKAP. And we got Shatar Kadar Barazal, the notorious Benjamite. You know what I'm saying? As well.
Con.
So we wanted to bring out this class because we feel that it's extremely important to support your nation, man, and not only support your nation, but understand what alms truly is. There are so many diversities when it comes to alms. You know, it's not only money; it's also time, labor, support, man. That has to do a lot with helping build your nation, man. It's really a shame that there's a lot of confusion when it comes to what alms actually is. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna grab a little bit of understanding of not only alms but a little bit about tithing and stuff like that. So we definitely want to make sure that we have an understanding and that when we are presented these items, whether you are in no cap or not, you have an understanding of what each of these items are, man. Hey, Shalom, Makawar, Yahaba Shemil Shabarakatam to you. So, we're going to get started. So, first, let's grab some understanding on ties, right? We want to make sure we understand what it is and why it was implemented. All right. So, first scripture we're going to start is in the book of Deuteronomy. Let me go ahead and grab that, Kadar. Deuteronomy 14 and 22. Let me share my screen right quick because, we visual like that. All right, go ahead, King.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, verse 22. And it reads, Thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed,
Of thy what?
that the field of thy seed,
Of thy seed, read.
that the field bringeth forth year by year.
Y'all got to understand something. We are basically we a bunch of we our culture is the agriculture of agriculture. That's our culture. You know what I'm saying? And why? Because our Father created everything, and we are the first fruits of those creations. What does that mean? That means we are the direct lineage of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So what does that mean? That means that everything that He created, we have a special gift on preserving those things, man. I was talking to a brother this past Shabbat, and I was telling him about a video I saw about with a traveler that actually traveled to Mexico, and he was just kind of traveling, going to different villages that are inside Mexico, and he passed by and he saw this old man, and it was this in this really large field, and the field was extremely fruitful, and in that field, um, the old man was just digging more holes and planting more seeds, and the brother just walked up to him and just began a conversation, and he said, "How old are you?" And the Issachar brother, he replied, he said, 110 years old. Now, mind you, this is a brother who's 110 years old, and he is by himself in a large field, and he's planting seeds, you know. And the the brother said, he's like, man, how do you, how do you, get to be your age? He said, eating well, a supportive wife, faith in God, and he said, and being active, you know. And I think he said something along the lines like eating a lot of beans. But it's crazy how we are the salt of the earth, and we have a special hand and a special spirit when it comes to agriculture. Planting fruits, because we know Esau can't do it. Esau is part of his curse is the earth not yielding its fruit? So obviously, with us, we definitely will hold the blessing on yielding fruit in from the ground. So when we talking about tithes, Gideon, Shalom, King, Yahweh Shem Ashah Barakatah. So for us, when it talks about yielding fruit, and that's the increase of your seed, we got to understand that we are basically an agricultural culture, man. We would look at the sun, moon, and stars to count our calendar, you know, to realize where even our Passover, our feast days, all line up with the either the yielding of the seed, the first fruits that come up, the firstlings of the animals. These are things that line up with our culture. So of course, what that increase of the tithing will also, have to do with the actual seed that is planted and that in our own land is planted. So if y'all could just imagine, family, us being in Yasharala, planting, you know what I'm saying, and planting and yielding that seed. That's what we did. That's part of our culture and still is till this day. But unfortunately, we lost a lot. So anyways, I'm sorry for going into a rant, but this is what we take as tithing. So that tithing was for a reason, okay? So from there, let's go to Deuteronomy 12, and we're going to start at verse 17. Baba Kasha, Mayaka Allah, Shalom King, Yahabashima Shabakata.
Shalom.
Khan, I'm here.
Come on, Khan. Go ahead, King.
Okay, Khan. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 17. Excuse me. Thou mayest not eat within thy gates the tithe of thy corn, or of thy wine, or of thy oil, or the firstlings of thy herbs, or of thy flock, nor any of thy vows which thou vowest, nor thy free will offerings, or heave offering of thine hand.
Salakia, real quick, and this is just, I'm not jumping subjects, but I want to make something absolutely clear. Some brother who basically needs to relearn again use the scripture to say we have free will. That is not true. Okay, we don't have free will. We follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. Nothing has free will in this earth. The problem is the Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, if they want to be simple, they have free will by not doing the laws of God. So this is a free will offering, meaning it's a offering to the Most High that you want to give out of your own increase. But this is a commandment that the Most High is giving us, right? Saying we may not eat the tithing of our corn, our wine, our oil. Now, mind you, family, this is actually something that grows from the ground, right? Is either farmed, the firstlings of your herds, your flock, all right? These are offerings. This is what we deemed as as our our increase, right? So now watch this. Read verse 18. Go ahead.
Salakia. It went unmute for a second there. Verse 18. But thou must eat them before Yahweh thy power, in the place which Yahweh thy power shall choose. Thou and thy son and thy daughter and thy manservant and thy maidservant and the Levite that is within thy gates, And thou shalt rejoice before Yahweh thy power in all that thou puttest thy hands upon unto Salakia.
On to. And then now read 19. This is the point. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Take heed to thyself that thou forsake not the Levite as long as thou livest upon the earth.
You see that? So we always got to give to the Levites when it comes to tithing, right? Obviously, us being in our land, right? So now the tithes itself, right, was what? Was the increase of our land, the increase of our seed, right? With that understanding, now let's go to Second Corinthians, man. Now remember, everything that we read when it came to tithing. Now, obviously, tithing uh, um, can be converted into money, but that is not necessarily something that goes to the congregation. It goes to the Levites, right? So Second Corinthians 6:6, Baba Kasha.
Okay. This is the book of Second Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 6. By pureness, by knowledge, by long suffering, by kindness, by the Holy Ghost, by love unfeigned,
Right? Read.
by the word of truth, by the power of Yahweh, by the armor of righteousness on the right hand and on the left,
Mm-hmm.
by honor and dishonor, by evil report and good report, as deceivers and yet true, as unknown and yet well known,
Uh-huh.
as dying and behold we live, as
Mm-hmm.
chastened and not killed,
Right? Read.
as sorrowful yet always rejoicing, as poor yet making many rich, as having nothing and yet possessing all things.
Mm-hmm. Read.
O ye Corinthians, our mouth is upon unto you, our heart is enlarged. Ye are not straitened in us, but ye are straitened in your own bowels.
You see that? That is a problem that the Corinthians had. A lot of them were stealing, right? That money that was being supported from the congregation. So, and this is not the intention. The intention is to for us to push this truth and the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai with the money that you have. We understand that Christ had a house, right? Right before he had his ministry, he had a house. If you have a house, what are you doing? You're paying taxes. If you're paying taxes, what are you doing? You're making money. Meaning what? We know he had a job. He was a carpenter, just like his father. Says it in the scriptures. So we know he had a job. Now, obviously, his ministry was supported, but it was supported so he can eat, travel, do whatever, you know.
Precept.
But go ahead. But according to the Corinthians, they were not. They were enlarging themselves and not being truthful to the congregation. You know. Go ahead, King. What's your precept?
I was just landing back on the tithe thing.
Oh, okay.
On you brought out Leviticus 27.
Not yet. But go ahead. Go ahead. Bring it up.
Oh, Leviticus 27 and 30, and all the tithe of the land, whether of the seed of the land or of the fruit of the tree,
You
is
said
is
27 and 30.
Leviticus 27 and 30.
So like, let's go there.
Con
Let's,
con.
I hate this mouse. All right, go ahead.
Leviticus 27 and 30, and all the tie of the land, whether of the seed of the land or of the fruit of the land of the tree, is the Lord's. It is holy unto Yahweh. So basically, and you can read on, but the point is that the tithes is of the land. So basically, in those days, we had, of course, we had land and stuff like that, and we would bring our tithes or a tenth of our tithes that we grew from our farming, or whether it be the cattle or whatever, you would bring it to the priest, and basically that would be your tithing. It mainly consisted of fruits, cattle, or whatever you had. You would bring a tenth of that to the Lord, man. And um that's mainly what I wanted to bring out. That's all I wanted to bring out, to show that tithes was actually fruits and whatever you reap from the land, things of that nature. So
Right, right. Con. It gets mistaken as alms. It really
uh
does. Some brothers be saying, well, you got to give a 10% of your alms. We're gonna give a little bit more information on that. As a matter of fact, let's get into it. Let's go to Tobit. Let's go ahead and go to Tobit. We're gonna go to Tobit 1 and 3, and we're gonna just prove real quick that he was in captivity, right? Ugh, there it goes.
Con.
Go ahead, Ak.
Okay, Con. This is the book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 3. And it
Start at verse
reads,
1, Baba Kashan.
hmm verse 1,
Hey,
and it
Manak,
reads,
Shalom, King. Yabashim Shabakata. Salaki, go ahead.
the book of the words of Tobit, son of Tobiel, the son of Aniel, the son of Adul, the son of Gadiel, the seed of Asil, of the tribe of Naphtali.
That's right. You could jump out to verse 3 now,
Uh,
Ak.
That's all he wanted to
That's
hear.
all.
I knew I knew it. That's all he wanted to hear, my collar. Verse 3.
Salaki.
wow.
I can't I can't
Hey,
I
hey,
can't
hey,
even say
hey,
nothing.
hey, hey,
Every
hey.
time we go to Paul.
Benji and Judah is all over the scriptures. And Naphtali is mentioned like 4 times. Come on, man.
Okay,
You gotta
con,
take
con.
advantage when it's mentioned, man.
Right. You got it.
Hold
You
on, hold
got
on.
it.
Oh, I got
Verse 3. I Tobit have walked all the days of my life in the ways of truth and justice, and I did many alms deeds to my brethren and my nation who came with me to Nineveh into the land of the Assyrians.
Okay, so obviously this is Northern Kingdom, brother, from the tribe of Naphtali that went into the Assyrian captivity, right, into Nineveh. So what are you seeing? You're seeing alms, right, in captivity. You're not seeing tithes in captivity. You're seeing alms in captivity. Y'all brothers understand?
John, John,
So understand this.
Con.
In our land, when we look at the scriptures, we're seeing tithes, which is the seed of your increase, right? Given unto the Levites, right? And in Tobit, we see that what? We see that there also are Northern Kingdom brothers giving what? Alms to the brothers. This is what we need to do, right? Gideon had a question. He says, I believe in Deuteronomy, they would also give shekels, men aged older, for it gave a specific amount. Yeah, that's right. That's right. But that shekels was still the tenth of your increase, right? As a matter of fact, let's get that right quick. Did I have it here? Yeah, let me see. What is it, Mike? I believe it's Deuteronomy 16, right? Where we converted that.
I think it's 14:22. Let me see.
Nah. Oh no, but it might be 14.
Uh,
If he's a far way to go. Yeah, Khan, Salakia. Yeah. It's Deuteronomy 14 and 24. So let's go there.
oh yeah, Salaki. Another thing I wanted to say with that, along with
Yeah.
that precept, Leviticus 27 and 30, is that um, the point is, brothers is telling brothers that tithes is money. You know what I'm saying? And that could somewhat be the case because shekels in those days was money. But the thing is, if you're gonna say tithes is money and that's it, um,
Right.
to use it for different resources, you gotta word it different. Cause
Right.
Leviticus 27:30 says tithes is basically what you increase in the field, and
Yeah.
it says multiple times it's fruits and foods and stuff like that. So um, if you want to use it for different resources, don't call it tithes. Call it, a donations or something. Just say, brother, we need
Right.
donations.
Yeah. Don't be asking them to do 10%, 20% of your of your income either. You know what I'm saying? That's what
Con.
some people be doing, man. Hey, I Quran, what's up, twin? Shalom, King. Many blessings to you too. Yeah, but what you're saying here's the point. It's verse. It's here in Deuteronomy, right? 14, and we're gonna read 24 again, right? Or Salakia. We read to 23, but if we keep reading, right, 24, and if the way be too long, now remember we read 23, all talking about the increase of your seed, right? The wine, the flock, right? The oil, the herds, right? So now
Con.
24. And if the way be too long for thee, so that thou art not able to carry it, for it a long place too far from thee, which the Lord thy God shall choose to set his name there, that so like it, when the Lord thy God have blessed thee, here's the point, then thou shalt turn it into money. And watch this, and bind it up, the money in thine hand, and shall go to the place which the Lord thy God shall choose, and thou shalt bestow that money for whatsoever thy soul lusteth after, for the oxen, the sheep, or the wine, or the strong drink, and whatsoever thy soul desireth, and thou shalt eat thereof before the Lord and thy God, and shall rejoice, and thou and thine in that household. Here's the point. And the Levite that is within thy gates, thou shalt not forsake him, and he shall have no part nor inheritance. It's like a, for he has no part nor inheritance with thee. Remember, we are what? Increasing, right? From our stock. Now, if we needed to travel, right? We're not going to take all that with us. However, let's say I have a couple of I'm gonna make up a number, of course. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how much that costs then, especially now. I don't know. But let's say I got a couple of goats, I got a couple of fields of, I don't know, uh, um, a couple of fields of corn, a couple fruit fields, right? And from all that 10%, from my flock to the fruits, to the vegetables, whatever, it accumulated to, let's say, I don't know, $500, right? Let's say I'm gonna grab that money. I'm gonna bind it, meaning I'm gonna protect it. I'm gonna put it in my pocket, next to my gun. so then, when I travel and I get to my destination, where the Lord chose, where did the Lord choose? Did he choose America? Did he choose South America? No, he chose Jerusalem. So if I'm going to travel to Jerusalem, guess what I'm doing? I'm buying everything I need, and then I can share the feast, right? With with other Israelites and the Lord. You read that in Acts 2. You read that in Acts 2. So again, this is not just the money for you to push this truth. This is still tithing of your seed and feasting for the Lord. And you're still giving stuff for the Levites. Is that clear? Or I need to expound a little bit more?
La, clear on my end.
All right, I'm y'all gonna make me draw a picture and whatnot. So
Con,
It, it
we
has to
understand loud and clear.
it was
it has it has to be a
just
stick
making
figure.
sure. Just making sure. Just making sure. All right, let's go back to Tobit, man. So Tobit did what in Tobit 1 and 3, right? He says, I, Tobit, have walked all the days of my life in the ways of truth and justice, and I did many alms deeds to my brethren. Now, here's the thing, family, like we said from the beginning, when it comes to alms in addition to tithing, doesn't always equate to money. Alms could be a service you're doing. Let's say it's something that I buy. Let's say I'm going to buy all the brothers, uh, um, I don't know, garments
Con,
for, for Passover, right? I'm doing it out of my own heart. I'm doing it out of my own money, and I don't want anything in return. That's alms. You know, let's say brothers need camp signs. We do that too. So when we are clarifying a brother in tithing and alms, they're not the same, but they can be similar. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you know, alms can be money, but alms can also be something that you're doing for your nation. Make sense?
Con.
con.
All right, let's jump to Baruch. We're gonna come back to Tobit because Tobit talks a lot about tithe or slack your alms. So let's go to Baruch 1 and 6.
Con. This the book of Baruch, chapter 1, verse 6. They made also a collection of money according to every man's power,
You see that?
and they sent. Oh,
You
Salaki.
see that? No, so like I was gonna say, they made a collection. We've always done this. These are things that you know we were doing onto every man's power, man. Right? So go
Con.
ahead, continue reading.
Con. And they sent Salaki. And they sent it to Jerusalem unto Joachim the high priest, the son of Chelcias, son of Salem, and to the priests and to all the people which were found with him in at Jerusalem.
You see that? It didn't just go to the priest. It went also to the people in Jerusalem. Support your nation, right? So
Con,
if I have a group of brothers that I am with, and I know we're going to push the truth together, and I make a little bit of money, and I can put it toward the truth that I'm pushing with these brothers, guess what? That's not wicked, man. We've always done this, especially if we're trying to wake up the lost sheep of the house of Israel, especially today. You know, Manatazak said, "Can tides, uh, tides was cattle?" Oh, Salaka, he didn't ask a question. He was made a comment. Tides was cattle, and first fruits or foods. Con. We established that Kahalaya Bashim Shai. But yeah, Khan. So we see a group of brothers, right, in captivity. When is where? What captivity is Baruch? It's Babylonian captivity, right? Still supporting his nation, right? So let's go back. Let's go back to Tobit. We're gonna go to Tobit 4 now. Now we're gonna get it in. We're gonna go to the words of Tobit. Kahalaya Bashim Shai. Give me Tobit 4 and verse 7. So now Tobit, like, was a man that walked with the Lord, man. And he did everything he could. He loved his nation. And this brother would bury the dead Israelites that they used to throw, across the wall, right, in Nineveh. Think about that. We see brothers getting gunned down in the streets. Think about a brother who you think about them just leaving the dead bodies in the streets, right? No, this brother did what? He risked his life to bury the dead because he understood that, according to Deuteronomy, you couldn't leave a body, more than 2 days, exposed because you defile the land. And he did it out of respect because he loved his nation. That's a form of alms as well, right? So now Tobit is speaking to his son that he loves very much, that he grew up in the truth and is guiding him, in the ways of the Lord. This is one of the first things he says to him. All right, go ahead. I'll read that.
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 7. Give alms of thy substance, and when thou givest alms, let not thine eye be envious, neither turn thy face from any poor, and the face of Yahweh shall not be turned away from thee.
Right. So he's given him the spirit of those alms. Now again, of thy substance. I've seen a lot of brothers twist this scripture as well. Again, substance does not mean does not always equate onto shekels or money. It does not. However, you got to do your part. How many classes do we do about order? How many classes do we do about the wicked ass servant that the king gave the shekels to, or Salakia, the talents to, and he buried it because a lot of brothers don't do any work. Do the work, man. What type of like brothers think like you come into this truth and that's it, man. That's all you got. No, you got to do. You got to put it. And guess what? Let me tell you something. This truth is not. It's not going to be a light walk. A walk in the park. You're going to have a lot of pain. You're going to lose a lot of people that you loved, right? We are. This is what the scriptures say. The world is going to hate you. Enemies in your own household. You're going to lose people you love, your mother, your father, your son, your daughter, whoever it is. And you still gotta endure. You still gotta fight for that crown. It's not gonna come to you wrapped in a present and a bow. You gotta earn it. Thou faithful servant. You have been, what did he say? He said, you have been faithful over much. Where's your faith? That's what's gonna take us there, is our faith. Right? So now he breaks down the spirit of alms. He says, when thou givest alms, let not thine eye be envious. You know how you ever give somebody something, you're like, "Ah, here you go, man. You know? Nah,
Con.
don't do that. Don't do that. Think, use the other spirit, man. You're doing it for a reason, right? Neither turn thy face for any poor if your brother is in need, right? And the face of Yahweh shall not be turned away from thee. Let's grab a deeper understanding of that. Let's go to Sirach. We're coming back here. Let's go to Sirach, chapter 40 and verse 24.
Khan. Everybody can hear me?
Come on.
Con.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 40, verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
And it reads, Brethren, and help are against time of trouble, but alms shall deliver more than them both.
You see that?
Gold, oh, sorry.
No, you good. Brethren and help are against time of trouble, but alms shall deliver more than them both. All right. Meaning that alms is what's going to help deliver. It's what's going to help you get to that point. Alms excuse me. Alms increases your faith. You have not only a financial, a time investment in this truth, you know? And if you truly believe, that's one thing you have to do. You have to commit to that. We all committed, at least by now, some form or another, whether it's the money, the financial aspect of things, whether we lost. Some of us lose money because it's true. You gotta still put it in, you know? It's not a race of who can put in more, but obviously, the more alms you put in, the better it'll be for you. But again, it's not a dollar amount. Brothers can be helping other brothers out, let's say during the week or something. Hey brother, I know you've been struggling, trying to get your yard or something. I don't know, something along those lines. You know, women also will contribute to these alms as well. Say sisters can sew. For single brothers who can't sew, because I've seen brothers try and sew, and y'all are horrible, man. Y'all are absolutely horrible. Y'all can't sew like women sew, man. Y'all cannot sew like women sew. All right. I haven't seen one good brother sewing, all right? So I get. But maybe as a single brother needs that help. A sister can do that. That's part of alms. That's what alms is, right? So let's go back to Tobit. Where are we? Chapter 4.
Khan.
Salaki, let's go to chapter 1 again. 1 and
Chapter 1.
yeah. Tobit 1 and
You
16.
said, oh, and 16. Okay, Khan.
Hold on, let me read. Yeah, let's yeah, give me 16.
Khan. This is the book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 16. And it reads, and in the time
Salmanassar. You could do Salmanassar.
and and the
Salmanassar.
master
Salmanassar.
son of Manasseh. Oh my gosh, I can't pronounce it. Anyway, son of Manasseh, I gave many alms to my brethren
Hey, you lucky
and
his name
gave
don't come
my
up 3 times in a sentence, man.
yo. I'm trying to tell you something. That's a seven. That's a seven. That's a and I'm son of Manasseh. I gave many alms to my brethren and gave
Mhm.
my bread to the hungry
Right.
and
You see
my
that?
clothes. Okay, come.
Go
Sorry,
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Read that.
I'm over here just reading like and my clothes to the naked.
Uh huh.
And if I saw any of my nation dead or cast about the walls of Nineveh,
Uh
I
huh.
buried him. All
You see
praises.
that? Man, this brother had I mean the heart of a true Israelite, man. Yeah, yeah, Manatazak, we getting there, Ak, we getting there. We slowly but surely getting there. Um, but yeah, Khan, it's we see this brother. He said what in verse 3? He said alms, right? Of what? Of his substance, right? So we see he gave to the hungry. We see he clothed the naked, right? And if he saw any of them from our nation, meaning who? Any Israelites, he did what? He buried them, right? This is a brother who loved his nation, man. Right? Let's go to 2 Corinthians 9. 2 Corinthians 9 and verse 6. Because charity is a powerful thing, man. A lot of us do not understand charity, do not understand alms, do not understand how to treat each other. It's a shame, man, but we're gonna learn one way or another. We're gonna learn. Go ahead,
You said 2 Corinthians 9.
9 and 6.
Okay,
I'm
come.
I'm reversing over here. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
come. Yep. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 9 and verse 6. And it reads, But this I say, he which soweth uh, sparingly shall reap also sparingly.
What is what
And
is
he,
so what does sparingly mean? What does that word mean? Sparingly. Let's grab it.
okay, come. I
Let's
was about to
grab
go
it.
to guessing.
No, you good. You good. We're gonna grab the word sparingly. We're gonna Google that definition, right? It says in a restricted or infrequent manner. No, that's not. Oh, that's Slovakia. In large amounts without wasting, right? That means that sparingly, you know. Oh, here's a Cambridge dictionary. There wasn't enough, Slovakia, in small amounts or without wasting any, right? So, but this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly. Reap is what? Getting a return. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
like the tithing and um the alms can be synonymous in definition. Because if you think about it, what did he say about alms? Right? It says if you sow sparingly, you reap sparingly, right? What were tithes? Tithes were seeds, right? That were what? Sown, right? That we spared and we gave as a commandment. But again, they're not the same, right? So we have to understand context. We have to understand definition of each word. It's different, man. Right? Let's go to Deuteronomy 8 and 18. Deuteronomy 8 and 18.
Khan,
Go ahead.
this is the book of Deuteronomy, uh, chapter 8, verse 18, and it reads, But thou shalt remember Yahweh thy power, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth,
Right?
that he may establish his covenant which he sware unto thy fathers, as it is this day.
Keep reading.
And it shall be, if thou do at all forget, Salaki, and it shall be, if thou do at all forget Yahweh thy power, and walk after other gods, and serve them, and worship them, I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish,
Right.
as the nations which Yahweh destroyeth before your face, so shall ye perish, because ye would not be obedient unto the voice of Yahweh thy power.
Right. And then we see that um, our increase comes from who? Comes from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So for us,
Con,
we have to give to this truth. Understand that. You shouldn't be reaping benefits and reaping, rewards and stuff, and not giving to this truth, man. For one reason or another, the Most High put you in this truth. You gotta do your part. You know, I bet you Jake right now is still trying to make an excuse not to support this truth. Right now, I'm not gonna show up to class because I'm tired. I'm not gonna show up to class because I worked. Let me tell you, bro, we all do. We all going through it. Everyone going through the curses, man. Right? Everyone going through the curses, man. Right? We all going through it. So those curses, guess what? I'm going through it. You going through it. We can't be making excuses to serve the Lord, man. Hey, Shalom, Judah, Yahabashim Yahushua Baraka. Duh, King. Right? That's right, Manatazak. It means cheap. That's right. um, but you're still making excuses, man. We can't be doing that in this truth. We got to give what the Lord is due. That's everything, man. Now we understand. It's understandable, man. There's certain things that won't enable you to do certain things. Yeah, we get it. But you gotta do for this truth. Where is your faith at? You know, if you are truly about this truth, you will support it. You will do for it. The church is a wife, right? The church is a wife. This truth is your wife. You're married to it. You got to take her out. You gotta be a gentleman to her. You got to love her, and you got to risk your life for her. You got to spend time with her. You got to romance her. You got to understand her. All right. It's a garden that needs to be maintained, right? And you got different things you got to do to maintain that garden, and it's extremely important for you to maintain it, because if you don't, they're going to wither up and die. Now, you got to maintain it. You got to water here, you got to plant there, you got to take out. I mean, it's an everyday job. We all going through it, man. We all have the excuses that we can give, but at the end of the day, are you going to earn that crown? Is that crown going to be earned? And we all got to seek our own salvation. But I'm going to tell you what, like the scriptures say, I'm going to make my election sure. I don't know about you, but I'm going to make my election sure. I know some of y'all want to slither in the truth or slither in the kingdom. I can't do that. I can't slither in, man. I got to make it sure. right? All right, from there, let's go to Sirach 29 and verse 20. All right, this is Sirach chapter 29 and verse 20. It says, help thy neighbor according to thy power, and beware that thou thyself fall not into the same. So you could help the brother, but don't be falling into, don't be giving him everything that you know, let's say your check is $100 and you give the brother $100. You can't be left with nothing either. You got to be smart with that, right? So that is being wise, right? Verse 21, the chief thing for life is water and bread and clothing and a house to cover shame. Better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage than a delicate fare in another man's house. Yeah, man. You don't want to live in another man's house. You want your own stuff. You want your own things. That's why we gotta, build ourselves up. You know, look better for our lives so we can maintain ourselves. And guess what? And then bless those brothers who come in. Look, man, we're living last days, man. We're pretty much gonna be like this is gonna be a wrap very, very soon, right? We understand that. But in every captivity that we have been in, we have increased ourselves. You read it in the book of Jeremiah, right? You read where there were rich men who believed in the Most High God. Now, I'm not saying money's the answer, but I'm saying money can be used to help each other out and prepare for what's to come the best way we can. We got no idea. We have an idea, but we got no idea what day it's coming. But we can prepare ourselves the best way we can. It starts with your faith. It starts with getting to the scriptures. It starts with warning the nation, helping wake up the elect, so that our captivity can be shortened, man. Right. All right. From there, let's go to First Timothy's. Oof. Oh, there we go. First Timothy 6 and 17.
Come on back.
Okay, go ahead, Con.
Just the book of First Timothy. Salakia, hold on, bear with me real quick. The book of First Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 17. And it reads, charge them that are rich in this world.
What does that mean?
That they, oh, Salakia.
What does that mean? Charge them that are rich in this world.
Hit them with the bill.
God. Yeah? God. Go ahead.
Charge them that are rich in this world.
Uh-huh.
That they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living Yahweh, who giveth us richly, Slakia, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. Wow.
You see that?
Wow.
So meaning what? Give your substance. Because guess what's going to happen, man? If you got a brother who's dealing with a certain type of spirit and he got money, you know what I'm saying? That's why, like, in some instances, brothers are going to be wise. Money ain't going to move them that way. Money don't move certain men a certain way. It's not supposed to move you. Supposed to move you is the words of this Bible and the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's what's supposed to move you. And the prophecy as well. The prophecy that's to come, man. Right? So we as men or men of this truth, we have to understand that those who have more have to also give more to the Most High. That word charge, that's a that's a command, that's an order. Obviously from the body, but we for them not to fall into mischief, and he's going to explain a little bit more. Go ahead and read 18, Baba Kasha.
Verse 18. That they do good, that they be rich in good works,
Mm-hmm.
ready to distribute, willing to communicate.
You see that? Read.
Laying up in store for themselves a good foundation.
A good what?
Against a good foundation.
Look at that. You need a good foundation. Go ahead.
Against the time to come, that they may lay hold on eternal life.
You see
Wow.
that? That's the point, right? And the commitment to the truth. Let me tell you, there's a lot of brothers, bro. They gotta have a lot of money. You won't see them. They're leaving. They're gonna spend that money. That's why when Yahweh Shah was talking about you cannot serve two gods, Mammon or the Most High. You can't. You'll love one and hate the other. That's a reality, man. So we for those who have, they probably got to give more so they don't fall into that mischief, man. Come on. Let's go to Sirach 3 and verse 30.
So like hold on. Sirach 3 and verse 30, right?
Right.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 3, verse 30. Water will quench a flaming fire, and alms make an atonement for sins.
You see that? Alms make an atonement, man, for sins. Why? Because it helps guide you to do the right thing for your nation and your brothers and your sisters, their families, right? We shouldn't have to be negotiating where you're going to keep Passover. Brothers should be helping, man. Everyone, as a matter of fact, let's drop this, man. Let's go to 1 Corinthians, man. Every part of the body of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, of Yahushai, specifically, serves a purpose, man. Right? Let's start at verse. Give me 12. And verse 4. Let's start at verse 4.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 12, verse 4. Now there are diversities of gifts, but
Of
the
what?
same Spirit. Diversities of gifts.
Look, man, not everyone is a teacher. Brothers got different. Like we got brother Mashah, man. Mashah, that brother. You around that brother, he makes you on fire, bro. He puts you on fire, man. He gets you motivated. There's certain, but the brother not necessarily a teacher. However, just having that brother around, man, just what I'm saying. I don't know how to explain it. It makes you want to go out more, and that's a beautiful thing.
Right. We love our brother to death.
That's right. And there are many things, but some brothers can read better, some brothers can teach, some brothers can hold post. Here's the thing too, there's other things that we could be doing for this truth, you know and this is what we got to think about, man. you know so continue reading.
Con. Verse 5. And there are differences, Salakia, and there are differences of administrations, but
Uh-huh.
the same Yahweh,
The same Lord. Read.
right? And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same God which worketh all in all.
Right. So that in the body of a Mashiach, it's the same Yahweh that works in all, right? So all of us understand the truth, understand who we are, understand we got to keep the commandments. So now the Most High is working in you. What is your role? Right? Watch this. Continue reading.
Con. Verse 7. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit whither.
Right? Read.
For to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom,
Uh-huh.
to another the word of knowledge
Right?
by the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit.
Right. So there's a brother that has more faith. We were talking about, Mashah, man. That brother got a man. He like explosion of faith, man. It's good to have that brother around. Some brothers don't have that sort of faith, man, where they just kind of it kind of resonates with other brothers, man. You know,
Right,
it's just different. But again, we witness that, right? But what? It's the same spirit,
right.
right? Go ahead, read.
By the same Spirit. To another the gifts of healing
The gifts of
by the
healing,
same
right?
Spirit.
But counseling, right? So
Right,
there's brothers who can counsel other brothers and talk and speak and hey, look, marriage counseling and counseling a brother on certain issues certain spirits that the brother's dealing with. You know what I'm saying? These are things that can heal, so
right.
that the spirit of God can continue, man. That's the point, right? Continue.
Con. To another the working of miracles,
Mm-hmm.
to another prophecy,
Mm-hmm.
Salakia, to another discerning of spirits,
Right.
another diverse kinds of tongues,
Mm-hmm.
to another the interpretation of tongues.
Continue.
But all these worketh that one and the same, and Salakia, in the self same spirit, dividing to every man severally as he will.
So because the Spirit of God will say, you know what, I'm gonna get Kadar and Laz and Mayaka Allah, and they all gonna have the same spirit, but we're gonna divide them, and Laz is gonna do this, Kadar is gonna do this, and Mayaka Allah is gonna do this. That's how it works. But guess what? We all gonna do the same in the same spirit, all together. That's what that means, right? Go ahead.
Mhm. Verse 12. For as the body is one
As the body is
and
one,
have
right? Read.
many members,
Uh huh.
and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body, so also is Christ.
Uh huh. Read on.
For by one Spirit are we all baptized in one body, into one body,
Right? We're all
whether
baptized into that one body, but we're all different members, right? Now,
right,
when he says different members, he's gonna break that down. But go ahead, read.
whether we be Jews or Gentiles,
Northern or Southern
whether
Kingdom.
we whether we be bond or free,
Uh-huh.
and have been all made to drink into one spirit.
Right, read.
For the body is not one member, excuse me, but many.
But many, read.
If the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body?
Right. So the foot, right, telling the hand, I'm not a
Right,
hand, so am I not part of the body? Right, read.
right. And if the ear shall say, because I am not the eye, I am not of the body, is
Mm-hmm.
it therefore not of the body?
Right, read.
If the whole body were an eye, where were the hearing? If the whole
Hold on, hold
socket,
on, hold on, hold on. This is something I don't think a lot of people understand, especially the way he's using the different body parts, right? Now, this is an aspect of the body part, but this is also the aspect of the spirit of the nation of Yasharala, which is the church, which is the body of Amashiach. The whole body, if the whole body were one member, where is the hearing?
right,
If the whole body were hearing, where is the smelling? Meaning, where's the different parts? Each part has a job to do. Each part is specific to its part. However, the hand can't tell the foot that it's not part of the body because it's not a foot. And the foot can't do the same to the hand. Y'all understand where I'm going with this? Continue reading.
Con.
All right, we
con,
had verse 18. But now have God set the members, every one of them, in the body as it had pleased him. Right? Verse 19. And if they were all one member, where is the body? But now are they many members, yet but one body. You see that? And the eye cannot say to the hand, I have no need for thee, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need for you. Nay, much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble are necessary. You ever stubbed a toe before? You
Con.
never you never thought about your toe until you smash it next to the what is it, cabinet the cabinet
or
corner.
the couch, or the
Oh,
The
couch,
bed. The bed corner.
the couch, the bed,
and you're
the
like,
Definitely
refrigerator,
the bed.
oh, ah.
definitely the refrigerator.
Hey,
Like
and that mug is swollen for like 2 or 3 days, and you're like, damn, I can't even walk. I said, what happened? I said, I smashed my toe against the refrigerator, because it was late night and we were cooking that Benjamite food, and the floor was still greased up, and I slipped and hit my toe against the refrigerator.
making them nasty dumplings. Salaki
Hey,
y'all.
you ain't finna be selling out on live. Come on, bro.
And them dumplings are off the chain. I don't know what Jew was
No,
talking
no
about.
offense. No offense. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
not a Judite thing.
Hey, Shalom, Yakanan, Yahabashim, Shabakatah, King. So all these, even the most feeble, are necessary. So we don't care, man. Y'all got a part to play. I don't care how long you've been in this truth. You have a part to play. Everyone has a part to play. Verse 23, and those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor. You see that? Boom, took the words right out of my mouth. And our uncomely parts have more abundant comeliness. For our comely parts have no need, but God have tempered the body together, having given more abundant honor to that part which lacked, that there should be no schism in the body, but that the members should have the same care one to another. You see that? That's what we got to be doing, man. So when we don't give alms and support each other, guess what we're not doing, man? We're not caring for this truth, and we're not caring for each other, man. Because guess what? The lack that you're giving, someone else has to pick up. The lack that you're giving, someone else is picking up for you. Because you're part of the body. And let's say you break your hand, you got one hand, right? Until the other one gets, uh, uh, um, you know, rehabilitated or cured or whatever.
Healed
But
up.
you using that one hand, and let's say it's the left hand, and you right-handed. Someone else got to pick up your slack, man. Straight up, brothers got to be putting in more work, cause you ain't putting in no work. Brother out there in the blistering Tampa heat by him damn self because you don't want to go out to camp. Come on, man. We got to do better than that. We have to do better. Support with alms, support with, you can't support with shekels, but you can also support with support, man. Right? Man. All right, from there, let's go back to Tobit. We're going to Tobit 9.
Come on. This is the book of Tobit, chapter 9.
Give me verse 9.
Wait a minute. In Tobit 9?
Tobit 9. No, Tobit
No,
4.
no.
Yeah. No,
How about
Salaki.
6?
No, give me 12. Give me 12 and 8.
Okay, come. I about to say there's definitely no 9 in Tobit 9. Okay, 12 and 8. Okay. This is the book of Tobit, Naphtali's book. Chapter 12, verse 8. Prayer
Hey,
is good.
Benji got a book? Does Benji got a book? Oh, Salaki. Salaki, go ahead.
12. Chapter 12, verse 8. And it reads, prayer is good with fasting and alms
Right?
and righteousness.
Well, hold on. We pray more than we pray at least 3 times a day, and at least fast once a week. Prayer is good with fasting and alms and righteousness, man. Where you
Right,
alms that? Right? You're praying, aren't you? Your alms
right,
and fasting have to be included in there,
right.
and keeping the laws, of course. But go ahead, King.
A little, a little with righteousness is better than much with unrighteousness.
Right? Read.
It it is better to give alms than to lay up gold.
You see that? It's better to give alms than lay up gold. Hey, let me tell you that gold is gonna perish, man.
Right. You can
Right?
stack it all you want.
Stack it all
That
you
thing gonna
want.
melt on you.
But that alms that you give for this truth, that alms that you give in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai and righteousness, guess what, man? That's worth more than gold of this earth, man. It's worth more. Go ahead, read.
Con. Verse 9. For alms doth deliver from death,
Right?
and and shall purge away all sin.
So what?
Purge away all sin.
You see that? Now, Christians have a real problem with this, right? They have a real problem with this verse, man. Right? They're like, damn, man, that can't deliver you. There's no scripture like that. Jesus did not say that. Man. Well, first, let's go to Sirach. Let's go to Sirach 17. Sirach 17 and 22.
Khan, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 17, verse 22. And it reads, the alms of a man is as a signet with him, and he will keep the good deeds of man as the apple of the eye,
Uh-huh.
and give repentance to his sons and daughters.
You see that?
Right,
Give repentance. Repentance is what, family? Forgiveness of the Lord, right? For what
right.
we have done. So, so, so y'all gotta understand, like this is talking about alms, and guess what? We know Yahweh Shai talked about this as well, right? As a matter of fact, let's get that. Let's get that account. Let's go to Matthew 8, Matthew 6. Matthew 6, and I think it's 1, no? I think it's 1. Matthew 6. Yeah. Yeah. Con. Yeah.
Khan is definitely one. This is
Okay.
the
Go
book of
ahead and start.
Matthew, chapter 6, verse 1. Take heed that ye do not, Salakia, take ye, Salakia, take heed that ye do not your alms before men, to be seen of them.
Right? Read.
Otherwise, ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven.
So hold on a second. What did Tobit say? Let's grab Tobit because real quick, these Christians love to talk about that about Tobit, right? Now understand what Tobit said in stay
12.
there. What is it?
Oh, okay.
3.
Okay, come on.
Or is it 4 or was
Close.
it 4? No, it was 4. It
Uh,
was 4 and 7. Salakia.
okay, come on.
What do you say in 4 and 7? You see my screen?
Come on.
It says, give alms of thy substance, and when thou givest alms, let not thy eye be grievous, neither turn thy face from any poor, and the face of God shall not be turned away from thee. Right?
Right.
Right? So now read Matthew 6 and 1 again.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 1. Take
Right?
heed that ye do not your alms before men,
Right?
to
Read.
be to be seen of them.
To be seen of them. Read.
Otherwise,
Uh-huh.
ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven.
This is the exact same thing that Tobit said. Go
God.
ahead, continue reading.
Therefore, when thou dost thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues
Right?
and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward.
Right. And let me tell you, a lot of brothers do that. They say, well, you know what, we're given, our leader, thanks to our leader, we're feeding the poor. Come on, man. What does the scripture say? Y'all ain't reading the same scriptures we're reading. Therefore, when thou doest thy alms, do not sound the trumpet before thee. That's what the script. This is the words from our King, man. As the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they shall have their reward. Right? Continue reading on.
Come on. Verse 3. But when thou dost alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doth, that thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly.
Exactly. Right? This is exactly what he's saying in Tobit. Lining up. So hold on a second. We have a lineup exactly with Tobit in the Apocrypha. Right? But again, the spirit behind this is what? Don't be a hypocrite telling everybody what you're doing either, man. Do it do it in sincerity, man. That's the point. Give because you want to give. Don't give because you have to give. That's also a difference in tithing. That's why a lot of brothers like to say it's alms, but are really saying tithes and really saying that it's a commandment. We don't want brothers like that around, man. Let me tell you. Right? So from there, we read Tobit, Sirach. Let's go to Acts. Acts 10 and 31. Because we're going to see this example even after Amachiach's death, man.
Acts 10 and 31, right?
Come.
Yep. This is the book of Acts, chapter 10, verse 31. And said, Cornelius, thy prayer is heard, and thy alms are had in remembrance in the sight of Yahweh.
You see that? So we knew that Cornelius was what? A righteous man, right?
Okay.
A man who the Most High revered and revealed things to, right? So guess what? He did what? He did alms, and thy alms are had in remembrance in the sight of Yahweh. Meaning what? He didn't do when he did alms, he didn't do them in front of everybody, blowing the trumpet, man. And the Most High remembered that and favored Cornelius. And yes, Cornelius is an Israelite. Don't care what anybody says. So keep reading.
Right.
I think that's it. I don't want no more from there. All right, from there, let's go to Sirach. Yeah, let's go to Sirach 30 and 10. We almost done.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 30, verse 10.
Go ahead.
Oh, trust me, I can go long. Laugh not with him, lest thou have sorrow with him, and lest thou gnash thy teeth in the end.
Read.
Give him no liberty in his youth, and wink not at his follies. Bow down his neck while he is young, and beat him on the sides while he is a child, lest he wax stubborn and be disobedient unto thee, and so bring sorrow to thy heart.
I brought up the
Chast.
scripture to line it up with Tobit and verse 4, right? Because
Okay,
we
come.
have to chastise and discipline our children, right? So that's all I wanted to bring
Come.
out. Acts.
Okay, come.
Let's go back to Acts 4.
Mm-hmm.
Acts
Acts
4
4,
and verse 32.
verse 32, and it reads, "And the multitude of them that believed were of one heart
Hmm.
and of one soul.
You see that, like the body,
Neither
like we read in First Corinthians, one body, one spirit, right? Same spirit.
Khan, Khan,
Hmm.
neither said any of them that aught of the things which he possessed was his own, but they had all things common,
Read.
and with great power gave the apostles witness of the resurrection of Hamashiach Yahusha, and great grace was upon them all."
You see that? So they witnessed, they did things together, right? They were of one spirit,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's go to Acts 2 and 44.
Mm-hmm. This is the book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 44. And it reads, "And all that believed were together and had all things common."
Right? We have to
And
have things in common, man. We have to have a
mm-hmm,
common spirit. You know how in First Corinthians 12 it says, all different administrations, all different members, but all one body, all baptized
mm-hmm,
under the same spirit. We got to understand that, and we have to strive for it. You know what's funny, bro? I feel it extremely hilarious that there are certain schools and individuals who say we ain't like Israel's not ready to come together, but they themselves have never been to one summit, have ignored the elders calling them to come together, but yet Israel is not ready to come together. I call that folly and fake, man.
right,
That is absolute fake and folly, man.
right,
Oh, you Israel's not ready to come together, man. The elders are just want to think of themselves. But you yourself never called anyone and never gathered with any other group.
right,
That to me is folly. That to me is fake. That to me is you're the one that's trying to gain.
right,
Because you know what? We all had that same spirit, man, where we're kind of, what is it that they doing, man? And we sat down with the elders, man, and we dialogue with them. And guess what? They're willing to hear. And if they're willing to hear, man, then I'm all ears, man.
right. All
But
praises.
we all gotta be in the same spirit and have a common goal. You can't be part of an organization and not be part of what they're trying to do. That does not make any sense. You rather just go do your own thing, man. You know, go do your own thing, man. It doesn't matter. If you believe, it matters. You got to be doing for this truth. Believing is an action word. Love is an action word, man. Right, man. Well, that's all I got, man. You know, any precepts, brothers? Anything y'all want to say? Oh, let me see.
La.
Oh,
Uh,
Manatazar got a
Manatha,
precept.
yeah, he just dropped the
Matthew
precept.
25, 42 and through 46. Let's grab that right quick.
He dropped that Psalms also. All right, so Matthew 25 and what?
25, 42 through 46.
Okay, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 42. For I was in hunger.
Mm.
Wait. Yeah. I was in hunger, and ye gave me no meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me no drink.
Mm-hmm.
I was a stranger, and ye took me not in naked,
Mm-hmm.
and ye clothed me not, sick and in prison, and ye visit me not.
Who's speaking
Then
here?
sh- Mashiach,
This is a Mashiach speaking. Understand, you're going to be accountable for this.
right?
It's Salakia. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish that off.
Then shall they also answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee in hunger, or athirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee? Then shall he answer them, saying, Verily I say unto you, and inasmuch as ye did it not to one of the least of these, ye did it not to me. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal. Oh, call law,
So hold on. So and these shall go into everlasting punishment, but the righteous
Mm-hmm.
into life eternal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And here, just a quick precept to that. This is John 13 and 32, right? Oh, Salakia. Where can I? Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Oh, is this John? Oh, shit, my bad. Salakia. Yeah, 35. My bad. John 13 and 35. I don't know what screen I was looking at for a second. Salakia. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye love one another.
No, straight up.
So you cannot be a disciple of a Mashiach Yahushai unless you love one another, man. And according to the Bible and according to Yahweh, the words of a Mashiach are law.
Con.
It is law. So when have you clothed? When have you fed? When have you visited? When? And we gotta love each other, man.
Right.
Right?
Right. He gave us two more.
All right, what is that? Psalms
Psalms
33?
I already got
Yeah.
it. Psalms
Psalm
133
13.
and 1.
Go
Well,
ahead.
Psalms 133 and Uno.
Mm-hmm.
A song of degrees of David. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. All
Come.
praise to the Most High. That's
Yeah, we
beautiful.
if Israel would listen.
Mm, mm, mm,
Go
yeah.
ahead, Zephaniah 2 and
Oh, I know that one by heart. This book is
1.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourself together. Yeah. Gather together. O nation not desire.
So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you are that nation not desired. How is it that you haven't woken up yet? How
Con.
is it that you're not asking questions? Look, this is not you know a cult. I hear a lot of chatter about camp leaders and camps are cults, and look, man, not every camp is the same. I understand sometimes why brothers say what they do or say what they say, but not every camp is the same. And I'm not down
Con.
talking any camp. What I am saying is, before you make your assumption of what some butthurt brother and bitter brother says, you know, investigate yourself. That's all I gotta say. Be man enough to do that at least. You know,
Right. A lot of these
we're not,
guys be
we're not
scared,
all
man.
demons. We're not all demons. You know, I
Right.
mean, it may, some things make sense, but some of them don't, man. All I gotta say is, there's some sincere brothers out there who are truly doing this out of the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. That's all I gotta say. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes
A
it's
lot of
hard to
these.
find them, but you know, that's how the truth is, man. Like I'm gonna tell you this in no cap, we were created out of adversity and out of necessity. We weren't created because we didn't want to be under structure and order. We we were molded into structure and order, and we remain the same. And call Allah Yahweh Shem Shai for that. That's the
Oh Lord.
we don't claim. Uh, you won't see videos of us barking at other camps or talk. We don't. Look, man, we got to feed the sheep, man. We got to wake up the elect. There's too much work to do. So
Hmm.
anyways, man, we gotta love the Lord with all our mind, all our soul, and all our spirit, man. And uh, there's so much division right now that it's become second nature to just bark at each other. And look, man, there's enough of that going around. Y'all want to be a part of that? Go ahead, man. We got work to do. All right.
Right.
So, anyways, with that, we're gonna say Kahala Yahal Bashim Yahweh. Um, want to say Shalom Yasharallah, and hopefully
Shalom.
this is edifying to the hopeful elect, man. You know, Shalom, Shalom, Israel.
Shalom. Shalom.